Good morning. Today is the 22nd of May 2014. I'm recording this using the webcam, Logitech webcam, and I want to apologise for not being in contact with my family, my relatives. While waiting for replies to emails, I haven't been able to get around to things because I've not been feeling very well. Sometimes I just feel so exhausted. I have trouble sleeping, getting up frequently during the night to spend a penny. I always go to bed at a reasonable time, but last night I went to bed about midnight. I woke up again at 2, then again at 4. And at 5 I was still awake. My mind was so active thinking of things, thinking about my kids in England and my son here in Finland and my relatives, and couldn't go back to sleep. So at 5 o'clock I took another sleeping tablet and managed to get a good few hours sleep. Now it's 11:30, and that's why I'm making this recording today, because I'm feeling okay to talk. So please forgive me that I haven't returned emails or phone calls, but because I just haven't felt well enough. If it's not my stomach, it's sleeping with my urine problems, or the fatigue could be because of my kidney failure. Anyway, that's enough about my health. I want to say greetings to all, especially to Angela and Robert and Sally and John. They're my 4 children in the UK. To Marcus here in Finland, and also I said Angela, didn't I? Yes. Angela has been in touch. Robert I've had some communication with, but I just haven't been very good at communicating. So I'm going to try and do at least a weekly video diary. So that might be a good idea. My hands are not too good for typing, really. I make so many mistakes. I think I'm getting arthritis in my hands. I've only got this small light on. I'm not quite sure which is the best way to light this. Anyway, I can see myself, so you can see my poor old hands getting old. Anyway, I'll give you a bit of a video diary. The weather is very warm here at the moment, and I've been getting things ready for the greenhouse. I started off putting seeds. We have a garage, which is, and at the back of the garage I've made a small room where I've installed a digital thermostat, so I can have a heater there and keep the heat about 20 degrees. So it's a place where I use for germination of seeds. So I started off a lot of seeds, and this year I'm mainly interested in runner beans. Last year was the first year that I grew runner beans, but I can't get them in Finland, and I just love runner beans. So I've gone over the top, and I've got lots of runner beans on the go. Some now are planted out in the garden, and they were planted out 2 days ago, and I lost my temper quite awfully with these runner beans, and Lisa was giving me a hand to plant them, and it's so hard for me to bend, and I was tired and hot, and I completely lost it, and I went a bit berserk, I'm afraid to say, and poured all the beans out of the ground and threw them away, and then went into the house and laid down. I was just feeling terrible. But half an hour later, Lisa came in, and I can't remember what she said, but oh, something about the runner bean sticks, because I'd been to the forest and cut all the sticks, which are about 2 meters tall, to make into, so the beans should grow up like this. And I felt awful. I went outside and went to the garden, and somehow she'd rescued these beans, which I'd pulled out the ground and thrown, and planted them. And most of them appear to be okay. How she did it, I don't know. And she's wonderful, my wife, wonderful. I felt shaky. I felt confused. I felt nervous. I felt terribly ashamed of what I'd done. I haven't done anything like that for years and years and years. But she was telling me that she kept saying that, no, that's not the right place to plant it, and no, it's not right. It must be here, and I think I know how runner beans should be planted, and I couldn't. That's the end of that runner bean story. So we've got runner beans, strawberries, lots of other things growing in the garden. Got a greenhouse which we bought last year. It's not very big, not big enough really. We had a lot of building work done last year to the house, as you might know. By the way, anyone wants to see pictures of me or any pictures that I'm taking, you've only got to Google Robert Gawley on YouTube, and you'll find all my videos going back years and years and years. Robert Gawley, that's all. In YouTube, and you'll find them, all kinds of weird videos, some good, some bad, some indifferent. Anyway, so the greenhouse is growing quite well, growing all kinds of things, tomatoes, strawberries, etc. So I do love the garden. I don't travel anywhere these days. Our big town, which is Kuopio, which is about an hour's drive away, I haven't been there for years. I feel that I'm kind of deteriorating mentally. That I'm 75 in August this year, and I'm quite happy to just potter around and go to the shops. Sometimes when I'm in the shop, I want to get home quickly for some reason. I don't know. I do know that my Auntie Mary, I thought she was getting a bit odd, because she would never go anywhere, never travel anywhere, and only went down to one local shop near where she lived, in Birchington. Oh, I believe it was Andrew Cameron who posted a note that he went to a speech by Nigel Farage in Margate, and he thought it was a great speech. And I sent him a message on Facebook to say that I think to control our borders is really important, because controlled immigration is fine, but you can't have an open door to the whole of Europe. That's my opinion. So I'm a bit of a UKIP supporter. Well, I'm not sure if I would support UKIP. I probably would still vote Labour, but I would like to see a Labour-UKIP coalition. That's what I'd really like to see. I'm sorry for those who are dyed in the wool Conservatives. If I don't want to upset anybody by talking politics, but I was Conservative till I was about 30. But when I met my wife, I really hadn't thought much about politics at all. But then I went to study government and politics and became interested in politics and got involved in politics. I even went on marches against Thatcher, marching through London, the streets, Thatcher, Mackie, 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 out, 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 Mackie, 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 out, 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 and joined in all that. And we had a lot of friends in the Labour Party as well. It's a very social thing. So I haven't got any social life here at all, hardly any. I like to sing, I like to talk. I'm not a great talker, only sometimes. I've got one close friend here, which is nice. He's a very big man. He comes and gives me a hand with jobs that I can't do. He's very, very nice. Very, very nice man. I mean, I only met him in February. Him and his father cut our trees down, the big trees in the garden. They've gone now, which gives me a lot less work in the autumn, clearing up trees. Let me take. Sorry. Oh, lovely. That first cup of tea in the morning is beautiful. Oh, now, To Anna in particular, sorry you haven't been feeling well. You're overworking, same as Lisa, overworking. You've got to sometimes put yourself first. Thank you so much for the pictures you sent me. They're a real delight. I just love to see the pictures. And any of my other family in the UK, please send me some pictures. Let me know what's going on, because I miss them dreadfully. I didn't come to Finland to run away from anybody. I came here because I had a problem with my health, and Lisa was going to become the main breadwinner. So in a way, I've been a bit of a parasite. I started a business here in Finland. I had a desktop publishing business here, so I did that for a number of years. And I had worked 40 years since the age of 15, so then I got my pension, which is not very much. And so I have a lot of regrets, really. If I'd have lived my life again, I've made mistakes. I got married at 18. By the time I was 19, I had 2 children. It's rather young, I know. And I wasn't the perfect father, but whatever's happened, I'm not the same man I was then. I'm not. None of us are. None of us are. So you must please try and forgive my errors in the past. I wasn't as patient. I also had problems with my mood swings. There's lots of reasons. Lots of reasons. Maybe I was a bit nutty in the head. I don't know. I've always been on a lot of medication, which I've cut out completely. And that's why mentally I feel so much better now. I remember at one time in Herne Bay when Angela and Sally came to meet me. I'd been to the UK for a surgical procedure, which I won't go into, but the doctor had prescribed me Valium and Dormicum for sleeping. They're both 2 very strong drugs which interact, which make you quite psychotic. You become quite a nutcase. And that's when I phoned, I think I phoned the Samaritans or somebody. And anyway, Angela and Sally came to see me in Herne Bay, which I want to send you my eternal thanks. I really, maybe I didn't thank you at the time, I don't know, but thank you for coming at that time. And to all my family friends, I've got children, grandchildren, and great-grandchildren, and I would love to see any of you. Any of you are welcome to come to visit me in Finland. Unfortunately, I'm not well enough to travel to the UK, but you're all most welcome to come and see me. And yeah, what was it? So my video diary. Haven't been doing very much. Most of my time is occupied by my garden, by my 7 computers. It's ridiculous, I know. By my 6 cameras. I like taking pictures, and as you gathered, I like computers, and also my lovely dog Suzy, Suzy. I'm not quite sure why that's how it would be. She's Suzy. I play a little bit of online poker, low stakes. I play chess online for no money, of course. I watch quite a lot of movies. I like good quality movies. I like movies which are psychological. I don't like cops and robbers much. I don't like lots of murders and crimes and violence. I don't like horror films. There's not many programs that I actually do like. I watched that episode of EastEnders the other night when the funeral of Lucy, and I find that all a bit too much. EastEnders is so depressing at the moment. Like my father died in 1965. I had to deal with the whole funeral arrangements then. Even had to decide what coffin to choose, which was oak. Had to even decide on to buy a plot for 1 or 2 people, which I did. And I had the terrible news of my father's death. I had to travel from southeast London to Witham in Essex to collect my mother, to take from the hospital in Black Notley, and from there to take her to Harlow to tell the news of my father's death to my Pamela Christine. These were not easy things to do. And from there to I believe to High Wycombe to visit my sister Christine, to give her the terrible news as well, and then home to Woolwich, and my mother stayed the night with me. Had arranged a funeral. I bought a plot for 2 people because I knew eventually when my mother died it would be where they'd want to be buried together. So, and I went to my father's funeral. I remember the coffin going into the ground. I remember the brass plate there, Brian MacDonald Gawley. Yeah. So I had that funeral to attend to, and everybody is so kind, of course, after the funeral. The funeral took place in a church in Hither Green, and then the cemetery was in Hither Green Cemetery, and after the funeral there was the reception, which we held in my mother and father's flat on Blackheath. And it wasn't until everybody had left, about 2 o'clock in the morning, I was on my own and I was walking on Blackheath. It was deserted, and I was singing hymns. And this was my outlet of grief. This is the first time I'd been able to let go. And it was an outpouring of grief that I'd lost my dad, who I loved dearly. I'm so glad that my dad and myself were so close at the time, and we got on very well. We had problems when I was younger, when I was 17, but I was 25 when he died, so the last few years we had a very good relationship, so I'm glad of that. It must be terrible if one of your relatives dies suddenly and you're on bad terms, because you can't rewind the clock. You cannot. And then Pamela died in 1979. Dreadful. Mum's second husband, Reg, died. So I went to those 3 funerals. And then Billy's mother, Nancy, died. I was in touch with Nancy. I spoke to her in the hospice. We had some conversations. My heart went out to young Billy. That was the daughter of Nancy. And I congratulate Billy. You've worked hard at Nescott College. You've had your first performance in the Soho Theatre with good reviews. I'm so proud of you, Billy. I'm so very proud of you. It's what your mother would have wanted. So I'm so proud of you. Keep up the good work. I expect big things from you, and I know you will achieve great things. Billy plays guitar, she sings, and she acts. She's a good girl, very popular, lots of friends, and all the best. She's just become 18 years of age on the 11th of May. Wish her many happy returns. So hello to Anna, and Anna is my cousin, and her husband, Bob. Her father, John, who received the MBE in Buckingham Palace in 2012, which is wonderful, for his services to hockey. Sorry, my stammer. Drink some water. Say hello to Simon. That's Christine's boy, who had a problem with had addiction problems that he's now beaten. And good luck to Simon. All the best wishes to Simon, and best wishes to Connie. That's another one of my. She's my niece, daughter of Christine, and to her daughter Donna, I wish all their family the best. And hello to Christine, who broke her shoulder, and she plays violin and cello and piano. I hope her shoulder is on the mend. Christine, I'm fine. I'm sorry I haven't been in touch. I am sorry, but I'll explain why. I've not been feeling good. This is one of the rare days when I can talk to you. And that's why I decided to do it. And hello to John Harrison, who is also Christine's son. He changed his name, and he now is in quite a high position as a social worker. I think he runs a team or something. I'd love John Harrison to be in touch with me. My email is bobgawley@gmail.com, BOBGAWLEY @gmail.com, all in lowercase, small letters, bobgawley@gmail.com. Please contact me. Love to hear from you all. You know, when you're a father, you never forget your kids. The last thing I said to Angela and Robert when I had to leave, when I had to leave Strangers Lane, was remember Dad loves you. I hope they remember those words, because you never stop loving your children. Even though I had to leave for health reasons, because I couldn't support the family, I couldn't support, and you'd never stop loving your children. Or maybe I haven't said what I should have said years ago. I haven't been very good at expressing myself. Maybe you haven't felt my love, and that I've neglected or abandoned you. But I never forgot. I've never forgotten you. John in the Boys Brigade played the bugle. It was wonderful to see him in the parades, and his naval career. And we got on so well together. And then there was Sally, who I remember we used to go on holiday, and she sang the Sandy Shore song, Puppet on the String, in the holiday camp. That was lovely. I remember that so well. Little Angela, who was premature, she was only 3 pounds 15 ounces, and she was in an incubator. We went every day with her mum, Joyce, and I used to often hold the baby, Angela, and feed her with a bottle. So I love you all. And then Robert, who came along, he was born, and he was a very bright boy. I knew he'd do well at school, which he did do. Best wishes to Robert and his family, his wife Erica, and their children. One, I believe, is called Ethan. And I can't remember everything. I just can't remember everything. If I've left anybody out, please forgive me. But please send me pictures. Send me an email with some pictures and some news. I desperately want to hear about Sally and her children. I've not heard from Sally for so many years. When I last tried to contact her, she said she wasn't interested to hear from me. But but anyway, I still love them all. And the one lady who really has bucked me up enormously is my cousin Anna, who contacted me in February to tell me of the death of a relative called Michael. And I'm so grateful to Anna for being in touch with me. I think you're one of the few people who do keep in touch. You send me emails, and I thank you so much for the pictures. And I will, now I've done this video, I will try to send some personal messages to you as well to answer your queries. Okay, that's all the news for now, and hope I haven't bored you too much. Okay, I don't find it easy to smile on a camera. I don't. Anyway, that's all for now. Thank you very much. Bye-bye.